Hi, Mr. Flying Bird. Hope you're doing well on your work assignment. Today I'll be helping you study for the first exam by answering the question, how can managers determine a market's overall attractiveness? This topic covers ideas brought up in many of the different chapters, so I think it will be very helpful. But first, I want to talk about why this is important and what exactly is an attractive country to a business. So, the overall attractiveness of a country as a potential market and/or investment site for an international business depends on balancing the benefits, costs, and risks associated with doing business in that country. You will never find a market that is perfect in all aspects, but it is the manager's job to find the best possible market for you. This is very important because companies commit millions of dollars into entering a market, and they need to be sure of their choice before laying it all down. Your aim as a manager is to find a place that will increase profits, have consumers, and a limited amount of risks. We will talk about three today, which are political, economical, and legal risks. They all kind of revolve around each other, but I will try my best to distinguish them in order to study each part further. Political risks. I will let you read the definition for yourself, but what you want to take away from it is that you want to aim for democratic countries. These are the ones that will have the best potential for happy customers, as well as laws making it easier for their people and you to establish your business there. You want to think about the level of political corruption in your market as well. Places to avoid are the ones that need bribes or extra cash to get established. The ever-growing trade war between the US and China, as well as the US and Iran, shows how political motivation and enemies can negatively and/or positively affect trade. Most of you know how Trump's disagreements about China has increased tariffs, but also in 2015 we signed a Joint Cooperative Plan of Action which lifted sanctions off Iran in exchange for their commitment to wind down its nuclear weapons program. But as of today, those sanctions might come down again on Iran, showing the importance of knowing the present and the future political climate. Economic risk. Managers will want to aim for countries where their business is not restricted, like a country with a free market. Low inflation rates and debt are also ideal because high ones create instability not only for you, but for the consumer's budget as well. They will not be buying your product if this occurs. This is seen in the case of Venezuela, where the inflation rate is at a shocking 380,000%. This hyperinflation is blamed on President Nicolas's socialism policies, so you can see why a company would want to set up in a free competition-based market. Legal risks. Desirable markets possess a strong legal system that will protect property rights and limit corruption. Knowing the law system that the country operates under so that you know how to approach a contract in order not to get scammed is essential. As we talked about in the recent discussion post, Bangladesh has a much more lax labor law than the US. Your personal ethics might play a role in how you approach this lack of laws, but it is something to consider when trying to make more profit. Lastly, I want to talk about something other than this, which are the consumers of the area. Managers want to look at the population's disposable income, or as it is also known, purchasing power. This will determine how much money a family in the market even has to spend freely. You also want to look at their market size. The bigger, the better. India and China may not have the largest income per household, but their 1 billion population each is not something to ignore, and may be something you consider when looking at the overall attractiveness of a market. There is also a first mover's advantage to think about in the market. Does consumers not have the product you are selling readily available there? If not, this is the time to jump in before someone else does to establish brand loyalty. I hope you learned something about determining a market's overall attractiveness from this. Thank you.